Respected elders, brothers, and sisters, welcome to the Mid-Atlantic Regional Satya Sai Retreat. We come here every year from all over the Mid-Atlantic region. We take a break from our routine to rest our bodies, relax our mind, and nourish our heart and soul. We look for happiness here, and we try to find it.
Some of us find happiness in meeting our friends from other centers. Some of us are happy to listen to our esteemed guest speakers, and some of us find happiness in participating in bhajans.
At some point during this retreat, we experience that peace and happiness where we feel truly happy without any reason. Our heart is full and we experience bliss.
And then on Monday, we leave. We are back to our routine, chasing whatever we were chasing before we came here. We forget that bliss we experienced here.
Why does that happen? Why can't we go back home and continue to experience that same bliss? How can we be happy always?
This is what we are going to find out today, so sit back and enjoy. We offer this play at the divine lotus feet of our dear Bhagavan. We are now entering a Bal Vikas class at the local Sri Satya Sai Center. The class is about to begin.
Good afternoon, kids. How was your week?
It was okay. Nothing much to talk about.
Why are you so disinterested?
I'm just bored. I had so much homework this week and I did not get to play with my friends.
I am bored too. Every Sunday I have to sit in the car for 1 hour to come to class.
Why is that boring, Neha? What do you do in the car?
I want to play video games, but my mom does not let me play. I just sleep or listen to bhajan.
So you want to do something more fun?
What about you, Anya?
Well, for me, it was a horrible week. My team lost 2 soccer games in a row. I got a B- in algebra. Oh, and the person I don't like in class got an A+.
Haha! So what makes you more unhappy? Your B- or her A+?
I guess both, but honestly, her A+ makes me more unhappy.
Why? She might have worked hard for it. Why can't you be happy for her?
What? Why should I be happy when someone else does good at school?
Why can't you be happy when someone else does good at school?
Well, I guess I could, but I really don't like that girl. She makes me cringe.
What about you, Mahita?
I am super happy. I finally beat Mario today.
Oh, come on! I have been trying for so long and you did it already?
I'm sorry, but who did you beat?
Oh, she is talking about that mindless video game.
It's not mindless, it's a fun game.
No, it's not.
Alright, calm down. Mahita, which game do you want to play next?
I want to beat God of War.
I'm guessing that is another video game. Will that make you happy?
Yes, of course.
Then what?
I will wait for another video game.
You know, you guys made our lives easier today. We wanted to talk about happiness, and all of you helped set the stage for exactly that.
How so, Auntie?
Take the 4 of you. Anya, you seem to be unhappy because you are not getting what you want, and more so because someone else is getting what you aspire for. Mahita, you are happy because you are getting what you want, but you are not satisfied and want more. Maliha and Neha, you are not ready to be happy. The 4 of you represent a majority of the people in this world. In general, everyone is unhappy for one reason or the other.
Oh man, that makes me even more depressed.
Oh, come on! Is there anything in this world that can make you happy?
More importantly, why do we need something to make us happy? Why can't we just be happy? This morning, as I usually do, I turned on the Prashanti Connect app and heard a beautiful discourse where Swami talks about Sat Chit Ananda and how happiness is union with God.
Yes, I have listened to that discourse. Swami highlights many times that our true nature is bliss. Everyone is searching for that happiness, and the way to find that happiness is by having union with God.
If my true nature is bliss, Why do I feel sad all the time? Obviously, because we are not in union with God.
Why do we not have union with God?
It is because of the three impurities of the mind. These are called Mala, Vikshepa, and Avarna.
What is Mala? Man commits many actions. The imprint of these actions is carried by the memory. Like dust, it accumulates on the surface of the mind day after day. When the mirror of the man's mind gets covered up by this dirt, we are unable to see clearly our real identity, which is true bliss and union with God.
What is Vikshepa?
Vikshepa is the constant wavering of the mind. When the mirror shakes, the image moves. Similarly, when man's mind is disturbed, he is unable to see his real identity, which is true bliss and union with God.
What is Avarna?
Avarna is like a cloth covering the mirror. When man's mind is covered, there is no reflection of the self, and we are not able to see our real identity, which is true bliss and union with God.
Wow, so this answers my question. Why do we not have union with God? Because of these three impurities.
So, how do we get rid of these impurities?
Again, a great question. We live in peculiar times. This age is called the Kaliyuga. In this Kaliyuga, one way to get rid of these impurities is by pursuing the three paths: Karma Marga, Bhakti Marga, and Jnana Marga. And we will learn more about these three paths soon.
What is Kaliyuga? Who is this Kali? Frankly, I'm quite tired of feeling unhappy all the time. I don't want to live like this. What can we do to be happy, Auntie?
You know, somebody actually thought about this way back a long time ago and figured out a solution for this problem.
Who is that, Auntie?
It was Sage Bharadwaja. Out of his concern for humanity, he made a selfless wish to Lord Shiva and Mother Parvathi. In fact, I can say we have the opportunity of conducting Balvikas classes, weekly bhajans, and seva activities because of his selfless concern for humanity during Kaliyuga.
This is very interesting. Can you tell us what happened?
Sure. Let me take you back to the beautiful and serene ashram of Sage Bharadwaja.
Shiva tanora ghora papakashini tayanastanu vashantamaya girishanta bichakashi yamishum girishanta haste bibashyastave shivam giritratam kurumari gumshi purusham jagat.
Oh, what a beautiful place this ashram of Sage Bharadwaja is. My entire being is filled with bliss as I stand here.
Indeed, the Vedic chants reverberating in this peaceful enclave make it all the more auspicious.
There is no better place than this ashram for a spiritual aspirant looking to immerse oneself in sadhana. Look, here comes Sage Bharadwaja.
Salutations to you, Sage Bharadwaja.
Ayushman Bhava. Welcome, O Rishis.
Maharishi, whenever we visit your ashram, we are enthralled by the happiness and bliss that elevate our entire being to what feels like heaven. There is surely something special in your ashram.
Yes, there is something special, but it is in your heart, not in this ashram. As you progress in your sadhana, you are able to see happiness everywhere and experience bliss at all times.
Maharishi, we are ever so grateful for your love and guidance. We came here as soon as we received word from you. We are eager to know why you wish to see us.
Come, let us go inside my dwelling and talk. Please, make yourselves comfortable. I wish to see you to talk about a yajna I am contemplating for the benefit of humanity in Kaliyuga. It is called the Savitr Yajna.
Maharshi, please forgive my ignorance, but why are you concerned about Kaliyuga when we are in Treta Yuga right now? Kaliyuga is hundreds of thousands of years from now.
Is it wise to prepare for war when the enemy is already at the gate?
We are unable to grasp your idea.
Let me explain to you the attributes of Kali. Kali means strife. He is impure, evil, and one without detachment, one who hates purity. He turns pure beings into slaves of desire and prevents them from attaining a state of eternal bliss.
Oh, what an evil force! I shudder when I hear about him.
Is this why you have set out to perform the Savitr Yajna to stop Kali?
More than that, stopping Kali is not possible with one or two yajnas. It requires the Lord to come down as an avatar, live among humanity, and show them the way to happiness. This yajna is to pray to the Lord to come down to lead humanity during the Kaliyuga.
Oh, what a wonderful sankalpa you have, Maharishi. Can you tell us a bit more about this avatar? What will he look like? What powerful weapons will he come down with?
The weapon of love.
Love? How can love kill a demon?
In the age of Kali, nobody is spared from evil tendencies. If God starts killing evil people, the entire humanity would be wiped out. Instead, this avatar will wipe out the evil tendencies in the hearts of people and lead them towards eternal happiness.
We are extremely happy and fortunate to be part of this great yajna. We pledge to extend our full cooperations to your endeavor.
I plan to invite Lord Shiva and Mother Parvathi to this yajna. I will call upon you once I get their blessing and approval to go ahead. Please, prepare the rest of the rishis in your ashram for this noble deed.
Of course, it will be our pleasure. We are taking our leave now.
You have come a long way. Please, partake some food before you start back home.
How fortunate I am to be able to witness this divine cosmic dance. Oh Lord, oh Mother. Hey Amba, hey Parameshwara, please accept my pranams.
Mother Parvati ignored Sage Bharadwaja for 8 long days. Sage Bharadwaja waited patiently, without any food or rest. He began to lose strength and faith in his sankalpa of inviting them to Savitr Yajna. Finally, he collapses and is struck by a paralytic stroke. The dance stops, and Lord Shiva walks up to Sage Bharadwaja and sprinkles some water on him. Sage Bharadwaja gets up, cured of his paralysis.
Parameshwara, you have breathed a new lease of life into my body by sprinkling your love on me. My body and soul have been purified.
O Bharadwaja, it is unfortunate that you have to bear the pain of a paralytic stroke in our abode. Do you think we did not notice you and let you suffer illness? No, it was my Leela. Your sacrifice and suffering enabled me to give what I really wanted to give to the entire humanity. You are a noble instrument I chose for this purpose.
We are very pleased with your pure heart and love for humanity. Hence, we have decided to be born 3 times during Kaliyuga in your lineage, the Bharadwaja Gotra, and guide human beings to realize their true nature, which is Sat, Chit, and Ananda.
First, I will be born as Shirdi Sai Baba to plant the seeds of Shraddha and Saburi in the heart of mankind.
Tanyosmi Vibhuti Sundara Tanyosmi.
Then both Parvati and I will take birth as Shiva Shakti Swarupa and will be known to the world as Satya Sai Baba, the eternal charioteer who will lead humanity on the path of righteousness.
I am so happy to hear this. The collective consciousness of the world will rise and walk with you, O Lord.
Lastly, I will be born as Premasai, the Shakti avatar.
Mother's heart is full of love for her children. O Mother, it is befitting for you to take birth as Prema Sai.
Indeed, I will spread pure love across the universe as Premasai.
Bharadwaja, now return to your ashram and perform the Savitr Yajna as planned. Our blessings are with you. The Yajna will bring joy to everyone in this Yuga and will lay the foundation for our Avarana in the Kaliyuga.
O merciful Lord and Mother, today my heart is full. Not only have you made me happy by fulfilling my desire of conducting Savitr Yajna, you have also showered your love by promising to take birth on earth during Kali Yuga. I bow down to you.
Samasta Loka Sukhino Bhavantu.
This news of Lord Shiva's boon to Sage Bharadwaja spread to all corners of the 14 worlds at the speed of joy. The Devas and Devatas began to rejoice in anticipation of the 3 divine avatars.
And so, our dear Bhagavan came down to earth as Shiva Shakti Swarupa to lead us on the path of righteousness.
We are so blessed that Bhagavan has come to help us in this Kaliyuga. Remember the 3 defects of the mind that affect our ability to realize our true nature?
Yes, Mala, Vikshepa, and Avarna.
Did you know that our dear Bhagavan has given methods to remove each of these impurities?
What? Really? That's great. Give us the solution, please.
Think about it. Let us look at Vikshepa. This is when the mind is unsteady and hopping from one thought to another.
Yes, like the mirror shaking, causing the reflection inside to shake as well.
Exactly. What steadies the mind? Bhakti, or devotion, can slow down the disturbing movements of the mind.
As a young boy, Swami started the Pandari Bhajan group in Puttaparthi. He gathered the children of the village and taught them bhajans. They would go around the village singing the glory of God. Slowly but surely, he put them on the path of devotion or bhakti marga. As his glory spread and people started flocking to Puttaparthi, bhajans became part of their life wherever they lived.
Namasmarana became an activity like school or work. But why Namasmarana, you may ask? What has Namasmarana got to do with protecting man from the effect of Kali? Let us see.
Once upon a time, there lived two brothers, Jnandev and Namdev. One day, they were traveling together in a forest on the way to a nearby village.
Brother, we have come a long way into this forest, and the day seems to get hotter. I'm feeling thirsty.
Yes, brother. I'm thirsty too. But I can't find water anywhere in the vicinity.
Let's see if there is a well nearby.
After walking some distance, they found an old well.
Brother, this well has very little water, all the way at the bottom.
Jnandev is a follower of the path of wisdom to reach God. It is said that experience of non-dualism is wisdom. Advaita darshanam jnanam. Since Jnandev did not observe any difference between one form and another, he could assume any form. Therefore, Jnandev immediately assumed the form of a bird. Went inside the well, drank the water, and came out. But Namdev didn't have the power to change his form. He couldn't go into the well to drink water. Therefore, he sat there and started chanting God's name with love.
जय पांडुरंग प्रभो विठला जय पांडुरंग प्रभो विठला जगदोधारा हरि विठला जगदोधारा हरि विठला पांडुरंग विठला पंढरीनाथ विठला पांडुरंग विठला पांडुरंग विठला पंढरीनाथ 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 विठला जगदोधारा हरि विठला.
As Namdev was contemplating on God and chanting the Lord's name, the water started overflowing the well. When he felt something cold touching his feet, he opened his eyes and found that water had come up to quench his thirst.
Vittala, Panduranga, O merciful Lord, your sweet name is all powerful. It is enough to cross this ocean of life.
Jnandev had to change his form, but there was no need for Namdev to do this. As he turned his love towards God, whatever he wanted came running to him. There is nothing superior to devotion and namasmarana.
I can feel my mind becoming calm by just witnessing this beautiful story. Imagine what would happen to my mind if I actually started practicing Namasmarana right now. Exactly. The act of chanting God's name with love steadies the mind. When the mind is steady, just as the water came flowing to Namadeva, so too the Lord will come to us. Swami made this practice very easy for us. He gave us the liberty to pick any name and form. In fact, he even said chanting God exists is equivalent to chanting the name of God. Indeed, Namasmarana is the cure for Vikshepa. But what about the other two? For that, Swami showed us the Karma Marga. What better way to use the body and energy given to us by God to do work for God? In doing seva, we can easily remove the mala or the dust covering our mind.
By seva, do you mean feeding the hungry? Or giving blankets and such essential things to the needy?
Yes, seva certainly involves all of that. But it is not just about what we can give others.
Then what is it about?
Let us see.
Maharaj, something seems to be bothering you. May I ask you what it is?
For a long time, I have had these questions swirling in my mind. I have asked these of many sages and learned men, but I have not had anyone answer these to my satisfaction.
What questions bother you? Please share with us. There are many learned men in this court. Perhaps you'll find answers. It is not good for the king to be distracted. That does not bode well for the people of your kingdom.
All right. Let me see if anyone here can quench my spiritual thirst. The first question is, who is the best person? The second, what is the best time? And the third, what is the best of all actions?
Very interesting. In my opinion, a king who looks after the welfare of his people is the best person. The present moment is the best time. The best action is the one that makes the kingdom a safe place for our people to live in.
But you are answering from the perspective of a king. I want to know the absolute best person, time, and action.
Maharaj, in my humble opinion, there cannot be one set of answers for everybody. It depends on who is asking.
Yes, Maharaj. If it were that simple, there would not be such diversity in God's creation. For example, the best time for a human is daytime, but the best time for a bat is night.
Indeed, the best action for a tiger may not be the best for a deer. The answers to your questions depend on who is answering.
See, I told you I would not be satisfied with your answers.
Maharaj, please do not despair. You are a noble man with a thirst for spirituality. God will surely show you the answers in due time. Please have faith in God.
You are right. If it were that easy, everybody would be happy and there would be no strife in his world. Let us retire now. I plan to go out into the forest tomorrow to hunt.
The next day, the king, along with his soldiers, go hunting in the nearby forest. Towards evening, they come across an ashram and enter the ashram for a brief stop. As they enter the ashram, they see a sage watering some plants. Seeing the king and his entourage, the sage approaches them with folded hands.
Oh, what a great fortune!
The king himself has graced our ashram. Maharaj, we are delighted to have you. Please come in. Please have some fruits. You must be tired from the long walk in the forest. Master, I found this woodcutter lying unconscious next to a tree outside the ashram. He must have accidentally fallen down the tree.
I gave him some water and brought him here. His wounds seem to be bad. We must help him.
Of course. You clean the wounds. I will go get some herbs.
O sage, now that this poor man is feeling better, I would like to take leave of you to get back to my palace. But before I do, I would like to ask you 3 questions. You seem to be a kind-hearted and learned man. I hope you can answer my questions.
What are these questions that bother you, Maharaj?
The first question is, who is the best person? The second, what is the best time? And the third, what is the best of all actions?
Oh, those are very easy questions. In fact, I have answered them already.
Really? When?
When you walked into the ashram, I was doing my daily duty of watering the plants. Upon seeing you, I realized you were hungry and tired and needed of nourishment. So I stopped what I was doing and served you food and water. After all, the guest is equal to God, is it not?
Ah, I see what you are saying. Please, continue.
As you finished eating, my disciple brought in this wounded man. He needed my attention and care, so I immediately went to help him. In other words, as far as you are concerned, whoever needs your help at any given time is the best person. Whatever satisfaction you can give them by serving them is the best action you can undertake. The present, when you can do something, is the most sacred of all times.
Oh, Rishi, what a beautiful answer you have given. Serving the one who needs my help at any given time is the best course of action for me. It brings true happiness to me. I have learned a great universal truth today. How can I express my gratitude?
O King, you can express your gratitude to God by doing selfless service and enjoying the happiness it brings to you.
Wow, did you see all that? That was a beautiful example of what seva truly means. This simple Chinna Katha by Swami has opened my eyes.
Usually when we hear the word seva, we are reminded of large service projects. Seva doesn't need to be done on a large scale. A large heart and the awareness of the opportunity to serve is more important than a large project.
The spontaneous act of service without expecting anything in return confers true happiness on the individual engaged in seva.
I can now see how doing seva can remove the mala or dust on our minds in this Kaliyuga.
So far, we have seen how Swami has given us the Bhakti Marga to calm the mind and Karma Marga to remove the dust on our mind. But how do we remove the cloth covering the mind?
Oh yeah, that is Avarana, the cloth covering the mind. Let us see. Pay close attention.
Sairam everyone! Welcome back to another session of Balvikas. Today, we are going to talk about the ultimate truth that is hiding in plain sight.
Ultimate truth? What is that?
Swami says the ultimate truth is that we are all God.
Swami explains that you are not one person, but three. The one you think you are, the physical body, the one others think you are, the mind, and the one you really are, the Atma. Your true self is the I. That is Brahman.
How is that so, uncle?
Let us take the example of Ravana. He was a great devotee of Lord Shiva and a great scholar.
But Ravana was cruel and abducted Sita Mata. How can he be great?
Ravana thought of himself as great, but as you mentioned, the world saw him as an evil person because of his actions. In fact, the cause of his downfall was that he never put into practice the values of nobility, and he faced the consequences of his sins. On the other hand, Hanuman, whom the world praised to as Mahavira, underestimated his hidden potential and considered himself not so valiant. However, Hanuman was able to realize the Lord in his heart and gained eternal bliss.
I understand now. Ravana was blinded by his arrogance and could not realize his inner divinity. Whereas Hanuman, who was always devoted to Lord Rama, showed to everyone that Sri Rama was in his heart.
I see. So, arrogance and ignorance are like a cloth that covers our intellect and blocks us from seeing who we really are.
Correct. Together, this is called Avarana.
Like a shade covers the lamp.
Exactly. This shade prevents us from realizing who we truly are.
How do we get rid of that shade?
There are many ways to get rid of this shade, and one of them happens to be by chanting the sacred Gayatri mantra, which will help us realize the ultimate truth.
I did not know this. Can you show us how the Gayatri mantra is so powerful?
Yes. Let us see what happens when one chants the Gayatri mantra regularly.
Swami often mentions the profound statement, I am Atma Brahma, which means the self is Brahman. But how does one realize that?
Swami says, Yad Bhavam Tat Bhavati. This means you are what you believe. So we must constantly remind ourselves that we are God. The world we live in and experience is only the reaction, resound, and reflection of our real self.
Atma is the combined expression of Vak, or speech, Manas, or mind, and Prana, or the life force. It is this Prana that is reflected in all beings that unifies all of us as one.
This Atmic principle resides in every human being, but we are unable to recognize our true self because our mind is covered completely with a thick cloth called Avarana, which is the result of the 6 vices. Kama, or desire. Krodha, or anger. Lobha, or greed. Moha, or attachment. Mada, or pride. And Matsarya, or jealousy.
Oh, Swami, please rescue me. I am trapped by the 6 vices. I feel like I am in a prison. I feel helpless and unhappy. Please help me.
We are trapped by our own vices.
Someone please save us.
Oh, mothers, who are you? You look so beautiful and radiant.
Please help us, Mother.
I am Gayatri Mata, the mother of all Vedas. I am present in all of you and in everything you see. I am the master of the senses. The Lord of the universe permeates the cosmos like the invisible thread in a garland.
We may not be able to see this divine form, but Brahman shines as the invisible Atmic consciousness. It is the light of Brahman that enables us to see all things and allows the mind to function. Brahman cannot be grasped or described, but can only be experienced.
I am Savitri. I sustain the life force. I am present in the form of divine vibrations in all of you as the 5 life breaths, or the Pancha Pranas. All the organs in the human body are animated and motivated by this divine Atmic power. To be born as a human is the highest form, as it is with this body that one can connect with their inner divinity. You have the greatest hidden potencies and can achieve anything in life.
I am Saraswati. I am present in all of you as speech. Truth is God, so speak the truth in a loving manner. Know that what you speak is divine, and realize your inner divinity by saying only pure and sacred words. Keep telling yourself that you are divine, and you will be able to attain your inner divinity.
Sairam everyone. Today, in this Kaliyuga, everyone is after happiness. We are all eager to want good jobs, comfortable lives, newer models of smartphones, and newer video games. But there is no eagerness to pursue true happiness, which is within us.
In looking at the external, we have neglected to look at the internal, and we beg to answer the question, why can't we just be happy? If happiness is union with God and we are not happy, it is because we do not have union with God.
And why do we not have union with God? Because we have forgotten that our natural state is bliss, and because the 3 defects of the mind, which are Mala, Vikshepa, and Avarna, affect the reflection of our true nature.
How do we remove these defects? The stories you just witnessed showcase 3 different ways of removing these defects to allow our reflection to be clear and shining and experience bliss.
Mala, which is the dust covering the mind, can be removed by pursuing karma marga. One example of this path is to engage in seva.
Vikshepa, which is the moving or the wavering of the mind, can be removed by pursuing bhakti marga or devotion. And one example of this is namasmarana.
And finally, Avarna, which is the cloth covering the mind, which causes ignorance. By pursuing Jnana Marga to study who we really are, we can remove this ignorance.
You may ask that in this Kaliyuga, where do we learn about these paths and how do we practice these?
Well, Swami has blessed us with the Sri Satya Sai organization. All 3 wings of the Sai organization provide opportunities to engage in devotion, service, or education.
Oh wow! I didn't make that connection until now. Pick the one that most appeals to you and start today.
This is the way to achieve true happiness, and true happiness is union with God. Let us take the opportunity to thank our beloved Bhagavan for blessing us with this wonderful organization, and also the volunteers from the devotion, service, and education wings of the organization who made this wonderful retreat possible.